Miami Dolphins making some roster moves, and I try again to talk about what I recorded last night. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, the Miami Dolphins made a roster move, and it's not one that you're like, wait, Xavier Howard? Wait. Melvin Ingram? Wait. No, it's not one of those. Plus, I have some dates, some important dates that the NFL came out with that, we'll get to know what's going on with the offseason, preseason, and with the regular season. And then last night I recorded a video. Was ready to schedule it for today, but it looked like this, blurry. So for comment of the day, I'm gonna briefly talk about it, and yeah. So let's jump into this Mama Jam. Talk about the signing. So the Miami Dolphins bring back Isaiah Ford. Why I can't tell you. Camp body maybe, but the fact that the Miami Dolphins have 12 wide receivers on the roster. Some of them are going to get let go. You bring in Isaiah Ford. Is it because, a camp body? I just don't. I honestly, I can't tell you. I can't even try to make sense of it. Camp body, sure. We have 12 wide receivers. Do we need another camp body? Why not bring in Melvin Ingram? I don't know. But by doing that, they waive safety Brian Cole and center Tyler Gauthier. Gauthier? I don't. But what that does show is that the camp battle for the safety position, corner position, is getting much smaller. Is now the only centers. I don't know why I can't talk right now. The only centers that are left on the team are Dieter, Cameron Tom, and Skura. So to me, it seems like the competition is down to Dieter and Skura. I wish it wasn't. No offense to either of them. They might prove me wrong. And again, my motto. I'd rather be surprised than let down. So, but I do not feel it is the only probably spot on this entire team that makes me this uncomfortable is the center position. And it is an incredibly important position. So it makes me nervous. Then the Miami Dolphins released this. Well, Adam Schefter released this tweet. And a lot of you guys were like, I ain't reading all that. So I went through it and I kind of picked out the most important dates. Now, there are some dates in there, about certain things, about, if I think one of them's like, if you don't sign your rookie by this date, he can't be traded. And so there's some like nitpicky stuff. But these are, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dates that are important. The first one being August 5th is the Hall of Fame game. I'm thinking of live streaming the Hall of Fame game. It's the first time we get to see football in a very long time, so I'm thinking of live streaming it. We can all hang out, watch football together, have a good old grand time. Obviously, then you have the Dolphins' 3 preseason games, but we all know those, so I'm not going to talk about them. August 17th, the NFL, the teams have to reduce down to 85 players. August 24th, they have to reduce down to 80, and and on August 31st, they have to get to their 53-man roster. Now, I know a lot of you guys asked, hey, do they still have the 55-man roster because of last year? No, I think that was just COVID-related and all that stuff. So, no, they have to go down to 53, and then September 5th is the last day of training camp and all the off-season, activities and all that stuff. And then in the season, November 2nd is the last day of trade. So it's the trade deadline is November 2nd is the trade deadline. And those are the little tidbits that I got for you when it comes to the signing and the dates. So now let's get to what I was trying to release last night, but then my camera was super blurry. And then I reshot it, but then this news came out, and I want to add this. So now it's the third time. But I think the third time is the best. You can collect your thoughts, understand more. So there was a big discussion on Twitter yesterday with Xavier Howard. Now, the news came out of Xavier Howard, which wasn't big news. And some people were insinuating trades, and then Jeremy Klump, good friend of mine, came out with this tweet saying, why not take Xavier Howard, package him with a few picks, send him to Green Bay, we get Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't be against that. right? I still like Tua. I still think Tua is going to do really well. But if this entails maybe Tua sitting this year and letting Aaron Rodgers do his thing, or a year or two, and then really, kind of doing to Tua what the Green Bay Packers did with Aaron Rodgers, I'm not 100% against that, because I do feel like he started a little too soon last year. I feel like he should have sat all year last year. So, I'm not 100% against that, but the amount that he was saying we should give up, I'm against that, because I feel like you're kind of mortgaging the future when it comes to those draft picks for a flash in the pan now. Then the discussion came out, are the Dolphins a quarterback away from a Super Bowl? Now, after doing a lot of extensive thoughts and a lot of extensive research and all this stuff, right? Because I tweeted out, I listed off a few things that I feel like the Dolphins need to address. I will say this. Are they a quarterback, an elite quarterback away? Maybe. Doug, you're on the fence again. It's because there are concerns I have from the 2020 roster, but the Dolphins did address those concerns. But if the addressed concerns aren't fixed in 2021, I don't think the addition of Aaron Rodgers will get us to a Super Bowl, if that makes any sense. And I'm going to talk about those, addressed concerns, right? The offensive line obviously is a big concern because of how poorly they did. You had Austin Jackson, he was ranked 75th out of 79 tackles. Hunt, when he was playing tackle first last year, was 51st ranked out of 79. Solomon Kinley at guard was ranked 70 out of 80 guards. So the offensive line had a big struggle last year, and so did the running game. So those are two little aspects. And then I kind of talked about the defense in a little bit, right? The defense was top 10 defense, 100%. 11th in pressure, 11th in sacks, and they blitzed a lot. Now, at first I was like, they're blitzing a lot, and I wanted more production out of that blitzing, right? That might just be me being overcritical, me wanting more out of that. But, you're second in the NFL in blitzing, which has a lot to do with scheme, not only just blitzing your corners, that much. It's more of a scheme thing. But I just wanted the production of pressure and sacks to be a little bit higher than 11th, because I noticed in a lot of games, especially against, Josh Allen and against all these things, that quarterbacks had a lot of time in the pocket that kind of hurt us. Some of it was coverage sacks because we had two of the best corners in the NFL. So, I wanted them to add a pass rusher. They did. Jalen Phillips, a very good pass rusher, right? And then stop the run, because they had a hard time at some point stopping the run. Now, all of these criterias were addressed. They added a ton of offensive, well, not a ton, but they added, they bring in Eichenberg, drafted him in the second round. Again, the whole center position is just like, meh. Then, the pass rush and the run stopping, they addressed that, right? And then the run game, again, it all predicates on the offensive line. So again, back to the question, are they a quarterback away? And I say maybe. Because for one, if all of these areas of my concern, they're addressing it, works, because on paper it works, right? On paper, you bring in a very good right tackle. You kind of solidify that. You hope that Skura goes back to what he was before the injury. You bring in Jalen Phillips. You bring in McKinney to really help that linebacker core. All of a sudden, if Xavier Howard stays, all of a sudden this team is built that one piece. Yes, we're Super Bowl contenders, 100%. And even Tua can get us there, because I know a lot of people are down on Tua. I'm not. But even Tua can get us there. So that's where I say maybe, right? Because it has to play out. It has to work. These guys have to take that next step on the offensive line. To me, the defense is fine. To me, it's the offensive line. If that doesn't take the next step, honestly, I don't. Yes, I understand an elite quarterback can mask some of it, but I feel like without a running game, you become one-dimensional, and it's hard to mask those things. And also, to just talk about something, a lot of this came up and on Twitter. A lot of people said, well, look at Brady. I call it the Brady effect. Look at Brady. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers bring in Brady. Boom. They go to the Super Bowl. Why can't the Dolphins do that? Well, in my opinion, and after doing some research, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a Brady away, right? And again, the Dolphins can be a Rodgers away, or, you know, Tua playing at his top level away from being there if the things work out that they added. We don't know. That's why I'm saying maybe. But look at, you know, Tampa Bay. Last year in 2019, they went 7-9, but they were third in points, third in total yards, first in passing, and third in touchdowns. So you just needed to add Tom Brady to that offense, and all of a sudden they became what they became. And then also, you know, they bring in Tristan Wirfs, and then they bring back their guys in Pierre Paul, Shaq Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh. So to say like, hey, look at the Bucs, what they did with Tom Brady, why can't the Dolphins do that? Their offense last year was already top five ranked, whereas the Dolphins' offense last year wasn't top 5 ranked. So the pieces need to work. That being said, do I see the pieces working? Yeah. That's why I have them winning about 11, 12 games this year, because I like what the Dolphins added. They addressed my concerns. But I say again, maybe, because if the concerns that they address don't work out, then it really doesn't matter who's behind center, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. Also, it seems like an old Dolphins thing where you throw everything in the wind to add that one player. Yes, it is an 4-time MVP, 1-time Super Bowl MVP, 9-time Pro Bowler. And I would love to add Aaron Rodgers 5 years ago. I in my original video that was blurry, I talked about, hey, if Adam Gase came in and he didn't feel comfortable with Ryan Tannehill, so he said, you know, and say Aaron Rodgers is doing now what he did back then, and he's just tired of them not drafting a wide receiver in the first round, getting him help, whatever you want to say, I'm doing backflips. It's just, to me, I'm uneasy, right? I've been a Dolphin fan for a very long time, and I'm just uneasy with certain moves because we've seen the Mike Wallace, the Ndamukong Suhs, we've seen these big moves not pay off for us. Prefer to stay the status quo, see what Tua can do. But again, adding Aaron Rodgers could drastically help this team. But yeah, that's my piece. You know, I couldn't really say all this in a tweet. I kind of got a little flack for my Blitz comment, which I deserved. I own up to it. If it's a bad take or if it comes off wrong, I own up to being dumb. And I was dumb. So be sure to comment below, though. What do you guys think about the bringing in Isaiah Ford? What do you think about what I said? Do you think the Dolphins are a quarterback away? Now, that quarterback could be Tua, like I said. If Tua becomes what we all hoped he was when we drafted him at number 5, then yes, they, you know, again, I said maybe because it depends on if the other pieces that I was worried about that they addressed work. So do you think the Dolphins are a quarterback away, or do you think they still need some more pieces? Even though they addressed some, do you think that there's still some more that needs to be addressed? Comment below. Like I said, that was comment of the day, because I got follow me on Twitter if you want a lot of either me saying something stupid or me saying something good. I feel like I do more good than stupid on there. So go follow me on Twitter. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I guess next week is the last week before training camp, so I have a lot of videos planned, training camp themed, to get you guys ready for training camp. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. But other than that, I will see you guys on Monday. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. If the Dolphins end up signing, cutting, doing anything over the weekend, you will get a video. But other than that, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I will see you on Monday. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.